Darkpulse Inc. is currently down 1.67% in this session, the session of the 19th of April 2021. So far, 35.1 million shares have crossed the tape. We have a position in Darkpulse, and it has a market cap of $56.3 million, 4.089 billion shares outstanding. And the news there is that Darkpulse announced a partnership with Bachner Group. And we can see down here it says, amongst other things, that as the degrading infrastructure continues to threaten the American way of life, Darkpulse is determined to support the early identification and prevention of infrastructure failures. Darkpulse and the Bachner Group are committed to securing our nation's investments in infrastructure development, maintaining the operations of critical services, and protecting the health and safety of Americans who utilize and rely on them. Whether it is traditional infrastructure such as roads, bridges, dams, and pipelines, or critical environmental restoration projects that make our communities more resilient in the face of climate change, Dennis and Darkpulse have a revolutionary capability needed today more than ever, said Ms. Bachner Group CEO. There is a direct link to infrastructure and our national and economic security. Every aspect of our lives is dependent on safe and secure infrastructure. Darkpulse's patented Darkpulse capability will change fiber optic sensing and is exactly the solution needed at this critical time in American infrastructure management. Okay, so yes, that's the news. That's a piece of news there, and technically for Darkpulse, it appears to be correct, consolidating within a longer-term uptrend. The average directional index, or ADX, is below 20, indicating that shares have traded sideways recently. However, the 200-day trend line is still sloping bullishly upwards, but it is also lagging the S&P 500. Momentum is strongly bearish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is falling as investors sell shares and drive the price lower. The volume for this session is in line with the norm for this point of the day, with 35.122 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer-term selling pressure has given way to near-term accumulation by traders, and you can see has a historical volatility for 10 days that stands at 613.01%. So we can just have a look and see that the MACD has dipped into the signal line here, and we can evidently see the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator sloping down. I think MACD is slightly above zero. Unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. Its positive slope is positive, and we can see what we are looking at right now is that the stock is currently trading below all of its short and intermediate trend lines. And with this current retracement we are looking at now, it keeps on. The more it retraces, the better, because unless it continues to consolidate, then that opportunity will disappear. But right now, based on the pace it has shown so far, it has set up a good entry opportunity. It's currently trading at $0.12. Those short and intermediate trend lines have not converged with it yet. But if you want to look at it from this perspective, from what's going on in the live session, it's down 2.50%. So this is the 1 minute live session for Darkpulse. It's in this case it's trading below all of those trend lines. So this is the livest you can get the stock, or the activity on Darkpulse. So, but that chart we were looking at, which is the daily model, the daily model is something like this. You can see that even though from in another view, it's not actually that far off from those short and intermediate trend lines, but indeed it is trading below those short and intermediate trend lines. So, but the opportunity is currently there. But if it continues to consolidate and move sideways, that opportunity may disappear. But even at that, if it doesn't really extend, well, it may still pretty much be there. But in relative terms, it is definitely, presenting a buying opportunity. So if you want to extend, if you want to increase and buy, yes, I would say technically for sure it is a buy. But yeah, technically buy. I have not really seen any negativity towards Darkpulse in terms of any research from some of those short selling researchers. So let's see whether we can get any report on Darkpulse. So let's see. So we're not going to get, what we're going to get is probably what happened on the 16th. So we have that the volume for that session was 60.145 million. 23% was short, the short volume. So it was 39.77. So short interest, short activity does occur with, or rather, short positions have been, it's part of the life of most OTC stocks of late. So if you really want to get involved, technically for now, Darkpulse is a buy, and fundamentally I think it's sound. We have not really seen, like we said before, any publication, any disclosure from any third party or a second party that is claiming that Darkpulse is dodgy or stuff like that. So yeah, if you think you're bold enough to get involved with Darkpulse, by all means do so. We have a position there, and we may also increase our position there as well. So if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for watching this video.